Soto Member of Parliament, the Honorable Dixon Adumako Kisi. He's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yes, thank you.
I know that MPs usually would call the press in the foyer and make statements to them. Sometimes when you storm out of the chamber, you do that. Sometimes you have your own agenda. For instance, the day some of your colleagues wanted to remove the finance minister, you called a press conference, a similar one, and dropped the bombshell. This particular press conference, what was the plan? Because we saw you standing there.
Well, let me start off by saying categorically that, I'm somebody who's very much in support of reshuffles. I mean, I've been in support of it for, close to 2 years. I'm of the opinion that when we do reshuffle, it gives other people the opportunity to exhibit what they know and their talent. And, sometimes it's too late, but sometimes it still matters. And I think that for the next 8 months or so that we have left, it's also a good time from a soccer point of view to field different new people to man the affairs of the government and to push us forward. And I think it's also another opportunity to relaunch the government on a different path of some sort. So, but what came up today is clearly, I think, is a matter of us waiting to hear a bit more interaction with the government and the party to be certain as to if what maybe some members are hearing is true or not. But as it stands, I must be very clear that at any point in time, not everybody in the majority agrees to one path or the other. But when we sit down as a caucus and, a decision is taken, we'll all follow what decisions are taken. And I think that, we're ready to work with, leadership, one of the party and of government to see the way forward. And we'll be in support of whatever will be in the interest of the party. As it stands now, I personally am open to any new changes if, further consultation arrives at that. So I'm assuming that in the next foreseeable days, the party will stay with us, or the government, the president, will stay with us. And then, Georgia, we've done it before. And, eventually, he listened to a lot of people and made some changes, as we have witnessed within the past 10 days. So I think that some things are premature. One, I haven't seen any official write-up, but I think we'll welcome any such changes. All the people I'm even hearing are fantastic people, and I'm sure members will be very ready to work with them. We've been working with them, really. So that's my take on this.
So if you welcome the changes, why did you go to support the first deputy speaker to do a press conference, at which press conference he said there are no changes, it should be ignored, and the status quo remains?
Well, let me add one key thing. I mean, as a majority group, when leadership is talking, all of us, when you're around, you go and stand in to show support. I mean, let me be very clear about that. And sometimes people misunderstand. People misunderstand. But let me be very clear with you that, we join as and when, a member is making a statement. I haven't, necessarily, made my own personal statement. But I mean, I think one key thing he said was that there's no notice. And I'm sure, like I said, when we do meet with the party and the presidency, eventually, whatever news there is will be made aware, and people express their sentiments, and we'll come to a happy landing, I'm sure.
So
all in the interest of the party.
So as of the time you went to stand behind Joe Wise, you did not know what he was speaking to the press about. You just went there in solidarity because he's your leader.
Oh, I had to join. I mean, Joe Wise is, he's somebody else.
So my point is that you didn't know what the agenda was necessarily.
I have to be very frank with you. Up until then, I didn't know. But like I said,
but now that you've heard the agenda, do you associate yourself with the agenda or you dissociate yourself?
I'm for change at any point in time.
What that means is that you are you are dissociating yourself from what Joe Wise was saying at that presser?
Let me help you here. The key thing Joe Wise said is that we haven't had any notice. That I cannot dissociate. That is true. That is a fact. Okay. Now the key thing I'm adding is the fact that as we get interaction with the party and presidency, whatever directives will be given, we'll be very, ready to, support. I mean, that is the key thing here.
So for you, you're looking. So essentially, you're looking forward to a change in leadership. You don't mind if a change of leadership happens.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, these things make room for others to also grow. And I couldn't have been in support of a change then and then not be in support of it now. I mean, then that would not be,
will not be consistent, which is why we've called you out, because we are surprised to see you standing.
So I want people to know, with certainty that I believe in change, and I believe that it affords people the opportunity to do more. And it's like soccer. Once you still know people, different ideas, different energy, and we're ready. I think that what is missing, and maybe, unfortunately, is a dialogue with the presidency and the party, which has not happened. And maybe I'm hoping that yes, we're final bad. So if that has been missing, I'm sure in the foreseeable days, those will be corrected.
Okay.
And then after further discussion or engagement with the presidency and the party, whatever notice the rest of the world needs to know will be made aware.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, too.
That's Dr. Dixon Adumako Kisi. He's MP for Anyaso Utom here in the Greater Accra